I did have 6 older brothers and sisters. All of them, because we had so little, and I guess because my mother told all of us that we could go somewhere in life if we chose, and that's an important thing for parents to pass on to their children. No matter where you're at in life, you must tell your children that they can have anything in life that they want if they make that choice and they decide to go for it.
Mm-hmm. So it sounds like at an early age, you had this idea in your mind that when you become older, when you become an adult, things will be different. You'll have the idea of having money. You'll have choices. When I look at wealth, I look at basically having options. And so you will have these options. You will have these choices where you can do and do in your life the way you want life to be. You can basically be the co-creator you've always imagined. Is that correct?
I really believe that one of the reasons that more people don't make a better life for themselves is because they never make the decision of what it is that they want in life. Let's take you and I. Based on our conversations, you didn't grow up with lots of wealth in your family either, but you made a choice.
Not at all.
And you said, "This is not where I'm going to be.
No, you're right about that one.
There's more out there, and I'm going to go after it."
That's right. Now, for a while, in my case, I had so much depression going on from the berating I was getting from a brother of mine, and low self-esteem. Father wasn't around, and I had no connection to life for a long period of time until I was around 10, and my father gave me this toy saxophone, and that's all it took for me, This toy saxophone, little plastic thing, the only 3 notes played on it. That little toy saxophone, that gave me the idea that I had a worth in this life, because when I played that, just something magical happened to me and people around me. I said, oh, and that was the start, really, of my life, to tell you the truth, when I had a little toy saxophone. From that point, nobody can tell me anything about failure being your destiny, and you're not going to do well, and poverty is your lot in life. And no, forget it. Once I played a little toy, that little, I call my security blanket, my little saxophone, I knew I was destined to do great things.
Well, that really brings me to a point to say that if someone else is not telling you that you can do anything in life that you want to do, then you need to take the responsibility and tell yourself that you can do anything in life, and you need to tell yourself that you can, and you need to tell yourself every day of your life and make it happen.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Matter of fact, like the last guest, when she was talking about domestic violence, she said, like I was mentioning in the synopsis, that she said she thought to herself, says, there's a better life for me than this. There's something else I'm going to do. I know that, God has something in mind for me more than this. So as long as you can hold on to some kind of germ of an idea of life, success, and happiness, hold on to that and put water on that seed and watch that grow. You can do this. Yeah, absolutely. So now we would like to have mentors. That's why I asked you about the mentors you had at from the Small Business Development Center. We like to have those things, and I didn't have them growing up at all. And that's nice, but, if you don't have them, you're going to have to go inside, You got to go inside and develop it. That's what my book does, and that's what this show is trying to do, is saying you always have choices, either outside or within. They are there for you. You got a God-given right to be happy, to be successful, to be an example for others, to be a resource for others. All of us have that. So claim that and figure out the tools you need to have to master in order to make that happen in your life. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And let's take that example that you just used. Let's say that someone lives in a town that doesn't happen to have a small business development center, but they have a computer. They're listening to your show right now. That right there, listening to your show and every other show that's just like your show, or reading your book, or reading my book, or reading every other book, those books, those shows, that Google ability on your computer is your mentor if you don't have a physical mentor.
Oh, yes. I bear witness to that. Absolutely. Oh, yes. Fantastic.
Now, you didn't write that book. You didn't write that book that you wrote without having read many other books prior to, right?
Many authors. I quote them all. I give them all their proper dues in there. All absolutely, because we stand on the shoulders of all those that came before us. Absolutely.
Absolutely. That's all I meant to say is, if we have a desire to learn more in today's technology, it is available at the local library. It's available through Google. You can go to they've got used bookstores all over the country. And so for 50 cents, you can go buy a book and start learning.
Of course, our libraries have free information and free internet access, too.
Absolutely.
I tell people all the time that there's no excuse. You can always, when there are a few people who say, well, I don't have the internet. I say, wait, do you know where your library is? It won't cost you a cent. They can help you establish a Hotmail account, a Gmail account, a Google account. You can do it right there free and receive information and receive emails and communicate and get the information you need to have. Matter of fact, for my book, I use several books as references. I didn't buy all those books. I was at the library. I checked books out. That's what I did. I checked books out. I checked DVDs. I checked CDs out, all from the library. Yes, that's what I did. Absolutely. And anybody can do those kind of things, too. You can do that. As long as you believe you can do that.
Now, here's the difference of what you did and what somebody else that isn't doing that is you said to yourself, how can I make this happen? You didn't say to yourself, nothing here is in my favor, so I can't make it happen. You said, I am going to make it happen, and how do I make it happen? And then you went and you did it.
That's right. That's right. Full speed ahead without any kind of reservation. Oh, no. I was there when the library opened up. But that's what you have to do. Now I want to ask you a real question about the whole idea of being super successful, being happy, being wealthy, and, those ideas are kind of nebulous terms to a lot of people. And some people think about having a room full of dollars from the floor to the ceiling as their measurement. But let's break those terms down. When you say you can become unstoppable and join the ranks of the super successful, what do you really mean by that?
Well, my personal opinion is Bill Gates did not start out with $50 billion. He built that $1 at a time, so to speak. All of the people, I happen to think that we've got a tremendous situation here in the United States. Look at Barack Obama. He did not start out with a lot of money in the bank. He started out with a desire to make himself successful, and look at where he has gone. So one of the things we have to remember is you cannot click your